Welcome, everybody, to episode number 2 of Double Stuffed. I'm Alan.
I'm Charity.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Dan. I almost said I was Sarah, which
Really?
would not have. I did for some reason, just in my mind.
That's
I was
okay.
thinking,
We look so much
I
alike.
don't know what the deal was.
I
So,
get nervous.
like, I was looking at you right in the eye, and you're like, "I'm Sarah," and I'm like, "Am I Sarah?
I too am Sarah.
What's my name?"
We're all Sarahs here.
Speaking of what's my name and just like losing it, yesterday I was at Trader Joe's and going through the aisle.
That is the nerdiest thing, or the most hipster thing I've ever heard you say.
Oh, Trader Joe's is the best.
No, I know. I like Trader Joe's. Don't get me wrong.
overrated.
While
Yeah.
playing the
What?
guitar.
Yeah, I went there
What?
once.
Okay, well, I interrupted your story.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Trader Joe's has, granted, I don't go there for everything, but there's like a short list that we have that only Trader Joe's carries that are, like, you can't find, like orange chicken. You can try so many different brands of orange chicken. Trader Joe's orange chicken is the bomb.
Is it spicy?
No. It's,
Okay,
it's
I'm
just
thinking.
sweet
Okay, in my
and
mind, I'm thinking
delicious.
buffalo chicken, which is also orange when you put
No.
stuff
No,
on it.
not literally the color. I mean,
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
So it's like
Like a sweet and sour. Or no?
No, you know when
it's-
you go to Dillon's in the little Chinese food section or whatever,
Yeah.
they got the little.
I like the
meat.
quotes on that.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
if you go to China, their food here
It's
is
nothing
different
like
than
that.
their
The
food.
Chinese
granted,
food section.
Granted, I
Asians probably
totally
come
agree
here
with
and they're like, we don't serve this.
Yeah.
Well, here's my theory with orange chicken and why kids love it. And
Okay.
everybody, I got 2 young kids. But it's basically chicken nuggets that are pre-dipped in a sweet sauce.
Oh, it takes out the work
Yeah.
of eating it.
Yeah, you don't get.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but
Exercise
you're
they
like,
can
feed you.
wait a minute, we've been eating way too much ketchup. You can't dip that in ketchup. Dip it in the orange sauce. Yeah. So anyway,
We've been doing orange sauce for years. You mix your mustard and ketchup together.
No,
Dip your chicken
nobody
nuggets
does
in
that.
it.
That is
Oh, come on. That's
against
what,
every
that's what all,
religion on this planet.
That's what all kids do when you
No,
go
no
when you
child
have.
likes mustard. Let's talk
don't?
about that first. People don't eat mustard.
What's-
Mustard.
I eat
I
mustard.
like
No,
mustard.
what?
Yeah. What's
I'm
what's
leaving. I'm quitting this podcast. Who are you
What's with
people?
all the disdain towards mustard?
No, I don't. Mustard? Why? Like honey mustard, I'll do.
No,
But like
hu-
regular
mustard is
straight
Honey
up.
mustard is not mustard, though.
No, but it's
Yeah,
got
it's
the
true.
word mustard in it, and
Classic
it's
Oh.
yellow mustard.
No,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
no.
Yeah, atomic neon yellow.
Yeah, and there's something wrong with those words. It's
Yeah.
something you have to eat.
I don't know.
That's
About, I
true.
mean, is it? I mean, neon. I don't know about neon.
Well, here's the weird thing about the yellow mustards, though. Have you noticed that it doesn't really matter what brand you buy? It's the yellow mustard. So, like, if you go to like Kroger, get the Kroger brand,
Yeah.
it's the exact same
true.
as the French's or the whatever.
So
That
Kroger's
is very
taking
true.
French's mustard, squeezing it into their bottle
I've
with
often
the Kroger
wondered
logo,
about that.
and then
I've
just selling
often
it as
wondered
their
about
own at
that.
$1 cheaper.
I mean, I guess it
Absolutely.
brings up a good point because I've never had mustard and be like, ooh, this brand tastes so much more.
we should
you
do a
know?
mustard
true.
tasting test, though. We need to put
Ooh.
that to the test.
A mustard. Oh,
We
I'm
do a
all-
video.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
does that mean you're actually going to taste the mustard to actually say?
Oh,
which
I'm
is-
not. You guys are. You guys are the experts on mustard.
Wait a minute. If we're going to be doing this, you got to be involved.
But see, I don't like mustard, and I'm not a connoisseur, so
Well,
I wouldn't know
we
what's
would
good
find like
mustard.
the best mustard.
But it has nothing to do
and
with
give
being
it to you, and you'd be like,
Yeah.
Like some
okay.
Grey Poupon. That's mustard, right?
Yeah,
That is
that's
mustard.
fancy. That's like
Yeah.
bougie mustard.
Okay, fine. Well, we'll do like almost like a BuzzFeed type
Well,
video.
do
We'll
you-
do a mustard test.
Well, do you like vinegary stuff?
She likes salt
I
and
like
vinegar
salt
chips.
and vinegar chips.
That's all mustard
Speaking
is.
of
It's
which, I
like
should've known that
mostly
might be
vinegar.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. if we ever do have a sponsor, it'll be Dan's Pickles.
Oh, Dan, what are you doing with the
I don't know.
pickles?
You guys were talking about vinegar. It made me go think of the
you're
pickles.
pickles.
bar that I have.
He literally started drooling on the mic
Dan's
and
having
said,
pregnancy
I
cravings.
was like, I'll be right back.
Screw the podcast. I need
These
pickles
are
now.
pickles.
hungry.
Stat.
Swinging it back around.
Yeah, speaking of
Orange
mustard.
chicken, Trader Joe's.
That's right. I was going through the aisles,
Yes.
and I always ignore their vitamins, minerals, their supplement aisle.
Who needs
whatever.
that healthy stuff?
Yeah, the healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my wife had mentioned that she had been having trouble going to sleep, like staying up to like 2 o'clock in the morning. She said, I want to try out melatonin. And I was like, okay. And I saw it there, and they had 3 different kinds. That's the thing that I love about Trader Joe's. You're not like inundated with like, which one of these 15 brands am I going to pick, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I picked the one that was a peppermint chew. Tried it last night, was out. Was
What?
out. I did it as prescribed, like 30 minutes before I go to bed. 30 minutes, laid down, and I was out. I tried to start on Hulu. They had Art of Defense with Jesse Eisenberg.
Mm-hmm. That's on Hulu now?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go watch that.
I don't think a lot of people liked it. I think that's why it's on Hulu.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
I was like,
Yeah.
are,
Supposed to be pretty
are you
dark.
sure you fell asleep because of the melatonin or the show was so
No,
boring?
because when I woke up, I only got 4 minutes into the show, and I was done. I guess my wife hit pause or whatever, but slept through the entire night. Melatonin is legit.
But I'm not a believer yet because there's too many factors going into it. Because think about how long does it take for you to normally fall asleep? What did you do during the day? Maybe you had a tiring day at work, or maybe the kids wore you out. You got to think of your age and your weight and like what the surroundings were in your. Is your bed comfortable? And how hot
You're
were
wearing
you?
me
How
out
cold
right
were you?
now.
Look how
This is
he's
melatonin.
already getting drowsy. He's already getting drowsy. Look at
That's
that.
what I'm saying. I'm not a believer yet because I've done research on all of that stuff. So you have to take all. You need to do like a scientific
Okay,
study
because this
first.
was a one-off, so it was
Okay.
just last night.
All right.
So I
So
made
you
the
need to
purchase
go like
yesterday.
a week first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so like as a control, how long does it normally take you to go to
Yeah.
sleep?
Here's the thing: I can put myself to sleep,
Okay.
but I didn't last night. I don't know how it. You guys have you guys have floaters in your eyes at all?
Floaters. That you need to see a doctor.
I know what you're talking about. Like when you put pressure on your eye and then you open your eye up,
and you
got
see
little
like things. Yeah.
Yeah.
squiggly
Okay.
looking things.
Wait. What?
Okay, if
You
you close
put-
your eyes, okay, do this.
Okay, yes.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, yeah,
Take your
it's-
hands.
it's like
and
those
put
little nerves
pressure
and
on.
stuff.
No. Take your
Well,
hands
then
and
don't
put
do
pressure
that.
on your
I'm
eyelids.
wearing makeup, Dan.
But-
I'm
Okay,
not-
okay, don't do that.
Well, okay,
If you
but
do that
even
and then you
still.
open your eye up, sometimes you'll have these like little. They're almost like dark spots that like float
Some.
around in your vision.
Or they're like a
Sometimes.
squiggly line, like a hair or something.
Yeah.
Things like that.
See, I don't get that. I
white
might
people
just get like a
problems.
little twitch. But anyway, apparently,
Racist comment number one.
and we just started, guys.
Anyway, what I was trying to. Okay, so I've discovered that if I lay still with my eyes closed and this
That's
is
how
gonna
most people
sound-
sleep, Alan.
No, but listen. No, I'm saying while I'm still awake, like to
Okay.
put myself to sleep.
Okay.
I look for like a little like dark pinhole in my field of vision, and then I feel myself lurching towards it, and I just follow it. It kind of like it's like a wormhole, and then
This
I'm
sounds like
asleep.
a drug-induced coma. You're like, what? And then
do a
little
lot of
leprechaun
psilocybin.
came out, and he did a dance for me and sang me to sleep with the pixies.
I don't do psilocybin.
Yeah. Talk sense. Come on.
I don't even know what
I
that
don't know,
is.
but it's one of the things. So I've taught myself how to go to sleep, and I've taught myself how to wake myself up from nightmares. But melatonin, I didn't even need to put myself to sleep. Is what is the point that I'm trying to make.
Did you oversleep? Did you find it hard to
I was
wake
gonna
up? Were
say,
you
yeah.
extra groggy? Like, do you need
No,
a certain?
I popped right up when the dog was scratching at the door. to
At
get-
what time?
Yeah, what time was that?
Actually, my wife got up and fed it. It was 6:30 or something.
So you didn't wake up. You made
All
your
right,
wife
this
get up.
story's full of holes already.
No, that's what makes him
I
go to
cannot
sleep.
be trusted.
Don't
I
mention
cannot
that.
I said that right before you started the story. So
Anyway, circling back around, I think melatonin is something to think about.
So the Double Stuff Podcast brought to you by Trader Joe's Melatonin.
peppermint
it was-
chews.
Or it's
whatever.
brought
don't
to you
know if
by
it was, like,
melatonin.
branded
This show will
Trader Joe's.
not put you to sleep.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Or
right.
we
true.
hope not.
Yeah.
So how long does it take everybody else to fall asleep then?
A long time.
Charity's like, you know, the dog when they get on the pillow and have to
They
circle
gotta like
around.
circle 3 times and sniff their butt and like jump up and down and then go to like,
I've seen her do all of that. It's disturbing.
that's why it takes me so long to get to sleep.
And it takes me long to get to sleep to get that visual out of my head.
But on the other hand, Sarah, as soon as her head hits the pillow, she is out.
Yeah.
Or if we go on a road trip,
Well, not
we're
as-
not even out of like the city limits. We're leaving our neighborhood, and her
it's so
eyes are getting
frustrating.
heavy. I'm like, how are you going to sleep so
Yeah.
fast?
It doesn't
That is
happen as
frustrating.
much as it used to. Though.
Oh no! Do not listen to her, folks. She's speaking lies. She falls asleep very quickly.
My
I
wife
mean-
does the same thing. Like, do you need me to help you drive? No, I'm okay. Okay. And then
you
like
gave her the okay. It's time to
yeah,
sleep.
well, here's the thing. So it's like 4 hours. She wakes up. Are you still okay? I could drive for a little bit. Okay.
No, but once I see the sun like going down, my eyes are like, it's bedtime. It's bedtime. It's
Yeah.
bedtime. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done.
So I used to have a trick because I used to drive a DirecTV van to like do installations and stuff, and I used to be there, you know, from early in the morning all the way till the evening. So what I would do, because I'd get awfully tired from working all day, if you see me, I am not a physical worker at all.
Really, Dan?
I definitely belong behind a desk. So this is like the wrong job for me. But what I would do is I would go and I would get like a soda, like a cold soda, right? And I would take it and I would put it behind my back in the car while I was driving, like in the small of my back.
That
So the
sounds
cold
awful.
and the discomfort would keep me awake the
If
whole
you
time.
have to make yourself miserable, then you're not getting enough sleep in general.
Well, there's a reason why.
Well,
I left
and
that
then we
job.
get
Yeah.
thirsty.
Terrible.
He gets to open a nice cup of room temperature, body
No,
I buy
temperature.
two. I buy two.
gets a
Body
straw
heat.
Wake up and
and
one
he
for
puts
the-
this long straw over his
That's
shoulder
what I
to
should have
his
done.
mouth.
Like a camel pack.
Yeah,
exactly.
He opening at 98.6, just like me.
Love it. Goes down a little chunky.
See, I don't know if I could do. I don't know if I could do the soda
pack
pop.
or camel back.
Oh, I don't know. Again, do I look like an outdoorsman?
You
Actually,
don't
that's
have
a
to be an
valid point.
outdoorsman. You could just be sitting on your couch being like, man, I don't feel like getting a drink. And you
Yeah.
already have your stuff sitting
That's
there.
why you got the hat, right? You got like the
Oh,
hat
you're
with
one
the
of
cups.
those.
No, I don't have one of those. Oh my gosh. No way.
I was about to lose respect for you,
I don't
Dan.
even drink
I was
soda
worried.
hardly anymore,
Yeah.
so it's like no.
I don't drink
Yeah.
soda either.
No.
Does anyone else drink soda? You
We
drink
do 1 2 liter on the weekend, so we get to choose, and typically
Ooh.
it's between orange or Sprite, and
Yeah.
then once that's gone, that's it.
Yeah.
And then we wait till the next weekend and get
That's
another 2 liter.
that's a pretty decent rule to not,
That's not bad.
have crazy sugary drinks all week.
Yeah.
The only time I drink sodas is if I'm if I go to somebody's house, if we go out to eat, which doesn't happen often. So maybe throughout the year, I might drink soda about maybe 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Which is a whole lot less than what it used to be when I was a kid. 'Cause I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, I'd guzzle down an
yeah.
Orange Crush just like that.
Oh yeah, there was always like cans of soda in the fridge, right?
Oh,
Did you guys
always.
do
Oh,
that?
all the time.
Yeah.
Well,
all
we
the
we
time.
wouldn't do the cans. We would
No,
definitely
we
buy.
have cans. So
Yeah,
sometimes
but-
the cans were cheaper.
Yeah, but
That's
a lot
what
of times
we
we would
had,
get the big
the
2
Rocky
liters.
Tops. You
Okay,
guys
but
have
can't we
Rocky
agree?
Top
So
soda?
you drink a 2 liter on a weekend over the course of a
Well,
week.
I think this is
family.
family.
The
I don't think it's a
family, yeah.
personal.
Because that's
Yeah.
all that a 2 liter lasts. Because 2 liters are garbage. Because you open them up and like 10 minutes later they're flat
They're
and
flat.
they taste gross.
Yeah.
So that you have to drink it.
Unless you're in the Harmon household and your dad has a vice grip, whenever because he can open it is great, but try not.
Yeah,
you know,
you're
when
gonna
he
lose like 6 layers of skin on your hand trying to
Trying to
open
open
it.
it
what?
back up, yeah.
This might be because I found out. So this is I don't know if this is true, but just something to pose to your father.
Okay.
But maybe this is something that he learned because I've learned if I really crank it on, the girls have to ask for permission
Ooh.
to get a drink of soda. So it
Trickery.
might just be something that has just carried on and on.
Yeah,
and
but
on.
we outgrew that asking age many
Many
moons
years ago.
I mean,
That's what you think.
Yeah, that's right.
it's like you're 30 years old, but you better ask my permission
Yeah.
for that soda.
I
See,
knew
what
that.
I always do is I used to squeeze the 2 liter bottle and then I'd put the cap on to like get all the air out of it, basically.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
But
okay.
then once that like space or whatever that vacuum started to change or whatever in there, it would make the cap tighter than it normally was. I don't know if
So
anybody does
the
that.
pressure or the suction, I guess,
Something
would make
like
it
that.
tighter.
or like
Just
the
crank it
carbonation inside, like building up.
It's science. I don't understand it.
I'm talking out.
We're media geeks. We don't know anything about science.
Science.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can put yourself to sleep like Superman, and you
I
take
don't-
forever to go to sleep, and you
Yes.
fall asleep right away.
Yes.
I'm pretty quick, but like I said, because I'm still more of a night owl. I do tend to get more stuff done later on at night, but just because with work and stuff, I've had to learn to go to sleep early so I can get up in the morning. So I might not be I've had to make myself be a morning person.
Well, no, we're not asking about morning or night. We're saying how long do
well,
you take to
it's
get
because
to sleep?
it's because sometimes I'd be like, well, I got a little bit of time, so I'll just watch a few YouTube videos
Right.
before
Oh,
going
yeah.
to sleep.
Let me
And-
ask you this: do you feel like there's like a point in your night, like where I'm tired, but if you go past that
Yes.
point,
Yeah.
you're like done for 3 hours.
Yep.
You're wide awake.
Second
Yeah.
wave,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Second wave,
Yeah,
right?
because you know,
Yeah.
I'm
No,
like an
No,
old
being
person.
awake. Yeah.
I'm like an old person now because I have to work at like 6:30 in the morning.
You
So
are
I go
an
to
old
bed
person
like
right now.
at 9. I go lay down at like 9ish or whatever. But if I can get myself past like 10 o'clock, I'm up to like 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
problem.
2 a.m. is pretty.
And that's
kind
the
of my
danger
thing.
zone, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because anything after like 11 o'clock, all you're doing is YouTube videos. You're
Oh,
not
yeah.
doing anything productive.
But see,
you're just
YouTube
awake.
videos put me to sleep. So like when I go lay down in bed at like like I said, like about
So
9
you have
or
like
so,
no
what
entertainment
I do
value
is-
at all, do
No,
you?
because what I do is it's either I read, which will put me to sleep, or I'm like I'm tired. I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos, and I get like 5 minutes into a 15-minute video, and I'm done. I just put it down and I'm out.
I don't think I've ever watched a 15-minute video on purpose.
Really?
That's all I watch now.
I watch a lot of tutorials on YouTube, and some of them were 10, 15, maybe
I
even
purposely
20.
look for small tutorials because most of it's like, "Hi, my name's Andrew, and I want to tell you my life story before I tell you how to edit in After Effects."
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's true.
Yeah,
and
I'm
of course, the
like,
last
do
5
it.
minutes of the video or this video is brought to you by Skillshare.
Yeah.
Or Weebly or Wix or something
right.
like that.
Yeah.
Ugh, Square.
But for some of the good tutorials, like the actual channels that actually go into detail, because I'm wanting to expand on my knowledge. Some of the stuff is more detailed, so I do tend to watch the longer videos.
Yeah, I watch like analysis videos, and they are always like.
Oh, that'll
15
put
to
anybody
40
to
minutes
sleep.
long.
Analysis.
But like analysis, like movies or video games or comics or stuff like that.
I
okay.
might do that if there's a British guy doing it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'm that shallow. Yes, I am.
Yes.
I'm not afraid.
We,
to
we are the
admit
typical American girls that I'm definitely planning on marrying me a British person.
it. Yeah, but I'm gonna marry him first.
Well, I mean, we're not gonna marry the same person.
Competition.
I got him first. You gotta find somebody else.
Wives and Sister Lives, our new TLC show, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd watch that.
It's an entirely different podcast.
That is a
I
different
know. Yeah,
podcast.
this is the after hours. Once we put the kids to bed, we'll talk about it.
That's what I was going to be into. It's going to be like, are you still awake? Are you still listening to this? Well, if you are, this will not put you to sleep.
That's true.
Wakefulness.
You need some melatonin.
That's
We
right.
do need some melatonin.
Circling it back around.
Yeah, and you said it was chewable. The
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
how old
it's
are you,
it's a little
6?
it's a little sometimes. I'm seriously though, I have some
You got the Flintstones gummies, don't you?
I do eat gummy vitamins too.
Alan,
Hell
there's,
yes.
like,
I do.
no-
Hell yeah.
I
Oh my
do.
gosh.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
wasn't even allowed to eat that as a kid.
Oh yeah.
We had the nasty rock. We had Flintstones vitamins, but
But
they're
it was the
chew-
Like the
chewable
chalky
concrete
ones.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes,
like
they
I
suck.
could take them to my teacher. She could do math problems with it. Like nobody wants to eat that.
I feel like there's a level. There's like the vitamins you have to swallow, which I hate because they're
Yeah.
like horse tranquilizer pills.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And then you
gosh,
have
yeah.
the
Have you ever
chalky
had-
ones that
yeah.
taste awful, and then
Yeah.
you have gummies, which are amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing I don't get. Like, why would we stuff this crap in like this little capsule that could break? Have you ever had a capsule break? Like, honestly,
Yes,
it's
yes.
gross.
I've had
And
a
it
break
does-
in my throat, and
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
just sitting there like
Mid swallow.
and
Yeah.
for like hours,
And
you're
you're
like,
like,
I'm never doing
Yeah,
this
you're
again.
Like I'd rather
Yeah,
die
like
from
a-
what I'm
like a
taking the pill
fungus, like-
for.
like a spore popping. Yeah. Like, good
You're
grief.
just spreading that crap to everybody.
Exactly. How's it going? Ugh.
It's like, oh no, you got ground up vitamin C all
Yeah,
over me.
Exactly. But this one's just a little tablet. It's
Okay.
like an Altoid, not as strong. Peppermint.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
So it gives you
Works.
good breath while you're having great dreams, right?
I want to hear about
Did
this
have some
tomorrow.
really crazy dreams though.
Yes.
But I don't know if it was because it was too hot. Because if it's hot,
the peppermint's hot or the room was hot.
no, like if the house gets too hot or the
Oh.
room or something, like I'll have crazy dreams. But when it gets too crazy, I can wake myself up. That's the thing that I got to figure out.
I
I
sometimes
got to do
wake
like some
myself
black
up.
belt sleeping where
Your poor wife is probably beaten and bruised because you're doing like karate chops. trying to
know.
get
No,
yourself
not
awake.
not karate chops, but I'm just saying like in my dreams.
But you
'cause
know,
I've
just a hit
heard,
to the throat. You
well,
know.
I've heard that if you can realize that you're dreaming and people like can do anything in their dreams, like they become like awake and then they realize that they're sleeping and then there's no rules, there's no boundaries. You can fly.
Like lucid dreaming.
Oh, okay.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's good. Lucid dreaming is when
But I
you
can't
are
do
you
that.
able to
You're like
wake
in a
yourself
you're like in a
your consciousness
semi-conscious
in the dream.
state,
Right.
yeah.
Like you know that
whenever
you're
I-
dreaming, so
whenever
that
I'm
but you
in-
stay in the
yes.
dream.
And when I'm in my dreams,
Okay.
like if I'm looking like at a piece of paper and I'm like, what is this? This isn't even in a language. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm dreaming. But like,
Oh,
if-
okay. I've never been that conscious enough to be like that. At
Okay, do
least
you
not
guys
what
ever
I
see
can think of.
Waking Life?
I think so. Is
Okay,
that
your
the
homework is to go find Waking Life
is
and
that
watch
the one
it.
that was like rotoscope?
It is. It's Rotoscope.
Yes.
It's by Richard Linklater. It's a movie
Linklater,
about
yeah.
dreams, and
Yeah.
all it
Oh.
is it's multiple conversations.
It's like a documentary.
No, it's not a documentary. It's a movie. I mean, it's
Oh,
an actual
okay.
movie. But it's
Yeah.
like these characters, and all they're doing is having conversations about dreams and dreaming and like lucid dreaming. But it's
Oh.
all done where they filmed it and then they turn around and they rotoscoped it, so they basically colored over it, so it looks like an animated film.
I do remember
Oh,
that.
It is wild.
It's
I haven't seen it for a long
interesting,
time, but it's
yeah.
very interesting. Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, see, and that brings up a good. So with dreams, I was going to say this for another one, but have you ever had Are all of your dreams in color? You ever have black and white dreams?
Yes. No, I've never.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't remember my dreams hardly at all.
Well, because I was looking at there's a channel called Me TV, which plays a lot of classic TV. One of the articles said, especially for the generation that grew up with black and white television, you're more likely to have black and white dreams because everything you watched was in black and white before you got a color television.
That's
Even though the world through your eyes is in color.
Yeah, but I guess just because. And
But
the
is that
entertainment
still-
was the thing
Like,
is that
decades ago that was the case, but now we've had color TV for so long. Do you think like 90-year-olds still dream in black and white?
that's kind of interesting. I wouldn't be surprised just because they kind of, it's their memory, I guess. That's what they remember.
That's true.
But for me, because I've grown up with a lot of classic TV, I have black and white dreams sometimes.
You need to get that looked at.
Probably.
Coming from the man with swirlies in his eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
The dream karate expert with swirlies.
I'm only a white belt in my dreams.
I'm gonna be supreme and get black belt on you.
That's like a sad thing to say.
Yeah, that is.
It's like in my dreams, I'm a white belt.
That's like lowest level because I was a white belt in Taekwondo and I was terrible.
So it's your first day.
Yes.
No, but I've had black and white dreams, and because, like I said, since I watch a lot of classic TV, but like me personally, I'm in color, but the environment and the people I talk to are all in black and white.
Oh, that's interesting.
I
So
wonder
you
what
got
that
like a
means
Pleasantville style
psychologically.
thing going on.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah, because
Yeah.
I can't remember a dream where I've been in black and white. I think I've always been in color.
But do you see yourself in your dream, or are you dreaming through your eyes? Like, are you
Well-
watching?
So you're like watching a movie
Yourself?
versus living it in person.
That's a good point. I thought there was one dream I had where I realized that I was in color.
Because you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, like either that or I saw myself in a mirror or something like that, and I
That
was
didn't
like,
work at all. I was raising my hands.
For all you people that are watching, listening, he was raising his hand sarcastically. No, but so the earliest dream I remember in black and white was when my little sister Christy was born. So I was 8 years old. I dreamt that I introduced her to the Three Stooges, which I used to watch all the time, and they were definitely, watching it in black and white. So, but what was weird about that dream is that I think I showed them Christy, who was a brand new babe. I think she was in black and white, even though they were.
Well, she was black anyway.
Well, she was black anyway. one out of two, right?
50%. 50%.
And that's how dreams work, everybody. But I was just curious if you guys have like different color dreams versus just is everything vivid
I've had a
technicolor?
black and white person in my dream, but like I don't think I've had a full dream in black and white. So like, since we did grow up on classic TV and movies, like if Humphrey Bogart was in my dream, well, I didn't see him in color until like way later. So if I'm dreaming about us doing a podcast or something, and Humphrey Bogart walks in the room, he's going to be in black and white, like
yeah.
dressed like in
That's
Casablanca,
Yeah.
but he's not going to look like in color.
That
but
was a
everything
nice
else
way
is in
around
color.
if I'm dreaming about Humphrey Bogart. Right? Like, that's where you could have gone with that. You're like, I have to set up a scenario.
Yeah, I
Where
got to
Humphrey
make it
Bogart would show
understandable
up.
for the common man.
Let's say I'm just gonna throw a name out here.
Yeah.
Humphrey Bogart.
So like last night when I was dreaming of Humphrey Bogart, did I say last night? I meant in theory.
Yeah,
Theoretical.
I mean, not that I was dreaming about any sort of classic movie stars.
No, we never ever do anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that about sums it
wrap
up
that
then.
up?
Yeah, that was a pretty sizable gap there.
Yeah, it
in
was.
the audio.
So that was pretty good. So we started out talking about
Sleep.
we started
and
out
the
with orange
cheese.
chicken from Trader Joe's.
Orange chicken. Melatonin.
Yeah.
That was the preamble, right?
Oh, that's
To
right, the
sleep.
preamble.
Yeah.
Yeah, first, before I talk about sleep, orange chicken, and then chewable mint things, and then Humphrey Bogart.
That's right.
That's how conversations go
I like
amongst
it.
the double stuffed crew.
All right. Should we sign this one off then?
I think so.
All right. Thanks for tuning in today. For more fun, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Double Stuffed Podcast and on Twitter at Double Stuffed P, as in the letter P.